comment, people are saying, here's proof yet again that Alex Eubank is not natural. And so how many times are we going to have to expose him? How many times do we have to talk about this? Coach Greg, in today's video, the comment that went viral. Yet again, people exposing Alex Eubank. 3 years ago, he posted a comment on Brandon Clark's wall, and someone posted the comment on Reddit, and so everyone is now talking about it. What about that comment under Brandon Clark's video? Greg Doucette, didn't you see his comment about him asking about SARMs for his first cycle? What about the comment about you starting your cycle? And so with this comment, people are saying, here's proof yet again that Alex Eubank is not natural. And so how many times are we going to have to expose him? How many times do we have to talk about this? And so just a quick backstory in case you're new to all this. I previously made videos where I stated I don't believe that Alex Eubank is 100% natural. And I've stated that he took a SARM or some form of performance-enhancing drug that suppresses natural production of testosterone. And more recently, he went over some of his blood work, notice some of it, not all of it, and in that he showed testosterone levels had jumped to over 900 nanograms per deciliter. I speculated that it's most likely, perhaps 99% probability, that it's the result of him taking enclomiphene, which is a product that boosts your testosterone levels and would most likely cause what he was experiencing. And following this, we showed video of him talking about HGH boosters, SARMs, and so on. And to add to this, we now see a comment from 3 years ago where he's talking about SARMs. I'm going to read the comment, going to see what people said about it. And so let's get right into it. And in case you're wondering, I actually like Alex Eubank. I speak to him in private. I try to help him out. And so it's not like we're enemies. You're thinking that we have hate for each other, that there's some kind of a beef. There actually isn't. I'm just very impartial, unbiased, and I'm going to tell you what I think no matter what. And so I was in a bike race and I received a message from Alex Eubank. He was saying, are you seeing what all these people are saying about this one comment that I made years ago? And I wrote to him and I said, what comment? He says, I'm driving my car. I'll explain it to you later on. And so it's been later on, it's been a few days, and he hasn't yet brought it up again. And so perhaps he assumed I'd seen the comment as everyone was tagging me, and he wanted to talk about it to explain why he made the comment. I'm about to hop on LGD, Rad 140, Osterine, MK, and that's short for MK677, ibutamorin, and maybe some YK11 for my first cycle. What do you think will happen? And so the first thing you need to know is that those are a list of SARM, selective androgen receptor modulators. They're not steroids, but they are in fact banned by WADA. MK677, on the other hand, it's not a SARM, it's a growth hormone secretagogue. And so it boosts your growth hormone levels, your IGF-1 in the blood, causes you to get hunger and put on muscle. And so remember, Alex Eubank had made a video in the past and he's told people to take an HGH booster, to take a SARM. And I discussed this video, and in that video, I described that Alex Eubank did not seem knowledgeable on what he was talking about. And so perhaps he simply was trying to tell people not to take SARMs, but to take a GH booster. Not a SARM, not a hormone, nothing banned by water, simply something to boost your growth hormone levels. Perhaps vitamins, minerals, and so on. Not unlike taking a test booster like G-Test. There are no banned hormones in here, and you can take this, it's perfectly legal. You do not lose your natty card. But in this comment, he's quite literally listing SARMs and products that some people have not even heard of. I do believe he must have researched SARMs. How would he have listed YK11? Not many people have even heard of this. On top of LGD, MK, Rad 140, Osterine, my personal belief, this is what I think after hearing all of this, is that Alex Eubank would have been researching SARMs in case he was going to take them. When I was in my early and mid-20s, for example, I absolutely had no interest whatsoever in taking steroids, and so I did not research them. I didn't know what they did, I couldn't name them, and so to me, I was oblivious to this. But later in my career, for example, once I hit my 30s, I thought, I think one day I may in fact take steroids, and so I should start learning about them. If I ever do decide to take them, I want to be an expert on everything that I'm taking. And so I began to read about all of them. What are the side effects? What do they do and at what doses? And so I would ask my friends, the competitive bodybuilders, what are you taking and at what doses and why? And I would listen to their answers and think, these guys are idiots. Why are they doing this? Why are you taking D-ball and Adderall before you go up on stage? Are you not worried about the bloating? And so I quickly realized that I knew more about steroids than the majority of bodybuilders who were taking them. And so perhaps Alex Eubank was trying to amass some knowledge about these products and was doing more research than last time. And so I do believe that unlike many of the people who've stated this is the proof that we needed to show that he was on a cycle back then, that I personally believe that this was a joke. The ending of the sentence, "What do you think will happen?" all spelt as if it's Coach Greg typing a post. I think he spelled it like this on purpose to signify that this is a joke. But what often happens is that people can only understand what's being written. Imagine if English isn't your first language. You have a hard time reading sarcasm. And so what one person might think is factual, another person will say that was clearly a joke. And so when Seth Barossi said he believed that Michael Hearn was natural, that he was an alien, he didn't actually think that Michael Hearn was natural and he was an alien.
So, Michael Hearn's natty, huh?
You know what?
Cookbook. Cookbook.
All of you. I saw the comments and all of a sudden I'm the asshole because I made a joke about Michael Hearn being an alien.
You really think Seth thinks that Michael Hearn is natural? Of course not. Who in the world thinks Michael Hearn is natural? But listen, just because this perhaps is a joke, and that video where he's talking about growth hormone secretagogues and taking SARMs and so on, that perhaps he was not referring to anyone actually taking SARMs, not taking MK677, I still, to this day, still believe exactly what I've stated. I like Alex Eubank. I like what he stands for. I like what he's doing. I like all of it. But just like me, just like everyone, we all make mistakes. Is anyone actually perfect? And so still to this day, I still believe he's not 100% natural. I still believe that he's taken enclomiphene. Perhaps he's still taking it right now. I don't know. But does that mean he's a bad person? Does that mean you shouldn't watch his channel? Of course not. And some of you might speculate, oh, this is going to damage his reputation. No one will get over this. Oh, it's so bad. Oh, my goodness. Really? Have you not ever heard of the Liver King? The Liver King was exposed, shown to not only be not natural, but to be spending over $10,000 a month on performance-enhancing drugs. He made that fake apology. And to this day, he said, oh, I stopped back then. Now I'm 100% natural now. Yet he's even leaner than friggin' last time. And so did it actually matter? And so no matter how bad something gets, no matter how many people talk about you in a negative way, it's the flavor of the day and perhaps of the week. In a month from now, everyone's going to jump on to the next big story. Oh my goodness, is Shizzy Twizzy natural? Coach Greg got a new video on him. Stay tuned for that one. And no matter what, people are going to talk about it for a little while. And yes, it is upsetting to the person involved, but they have to understand that this is the YouTube world. And so if Alex Eubank had never had any controversy on him ever, do you really think he would be as popular as he is right now? If only the positive things had ever happened to him, do you really think he would be the person he is today? I don't think so. The trials, tribulation, the stress that's put on your body, on your mind, those things allow you to grow. And if it never happens, if you were never exposed to sadness, to suffering, you would never become the person that you are today. And it's happened to him in the past, and yet here he is. Millions of followers, millions of dollars. And so do you really think it's hurting him that much? If the worst thing that's happened to you in your life is that people don't believe you that you're natural or that you're enhanced, is that really the end of the world? I don't think so. Every time I post a natural photo of myself from when I was in my 20s, people are saying, that's cap. Come on, coach, admit it. You were not natural. Yet I actually was. And so how can I convince you? Well, I can't. I can just say, here's my photo. I am natural. Believe it or don't believe it. Whether I'm natural or enhanced now or in the past, does it really matter? Does it affect you? Just because I can look that good when I was in my 20s doesn't mean you can, and it doesn't mean you can't. And so regardless of what comes out of this, believe what you want. Do you believe that Alex Eubank is natural, or do you believe that he's enhanced? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter if you matter.
And you might be thinking, yeah, but that physique is naturally attainable. Yes, of course it is. Many people with gifted genetics could look as good as Alex Eubank or even better. And so when trying to decide if somebody is natural enhanced, please don't just look at their physique and say, could it be possible that a person on this earth could do that natural? Because trust me, somebody can. Ronnie Coleman as a natural looked far better than all of these guys. All the natty or nots I've ever done on all these individuals, Ronnie Coleman as a 100% natural guy beats all of them. And so just because Ronnie could do it doesn't mean that we all can. Work harder than last time, compare yourself to yourself, and be happy with what you can do. And so let me know in the comments section, did you actually think this was real? Did you really think he would just simply out himself and make a comment on his friend's wall and say, hey everyone, these are all the SARMs, all 4 of them, plus this that I'm going to take right now? Of course not. And so it was a joke. It doesn't change my opinion. I've stated my opinion in the past. You can watch my other videos. Ending it here. Looking to stay 100% natural, click the link in the description. You can get things like Ecti Builder, GO2 Max, G-Test, all the protein powders, protein bars, pre-workouts, beta-alanine, creatine, G-Focus, Delta Sleep, liver support. I can't list everything. I have so many supplements, I can't even list what they all are. So please click the link in the description, use code Greg to save you 10%, and go through all the amazing supplements that I have. Don't forget, I have cookbooks, training books, coaching plans by me and my team. Also, the Harder Than Last Time clothing line, tank tops, hoodies, sweaters, all that kind of stuff. Subscribe, click the bell button, comment, and it'll boost the algorithm. Like the video if you liked it. Don't forget to watch any of those 2 bloops. Watch at least one of them. And until next time, I am out.